Hi, this is Nancy Rossi, and I'm working on task 2D. Regarding my self-assessment, I showed that using physical movement and demonstrating intensity and enthusiasm were my highest scores regarding my self-assessment. I do enjoy having students collaborate, working together, and moving around in the classroom. The three lowest areas I selected were from the 0 or 1 category, and the areas that I selected are ones that I know that I can do better on. I may have some already things in process, but nothing that's consistent, and I'd like to make it more consistent. So the first one that I'm doing is providing scales and rubrics. My students currently create goals for various topics, such as accelerated reader and iReady, a personal goal, and we have a class goal regarding our assessments. I do have a data tracking record for these goals, but I don't use a proficiency scale, so I'd like to make one so that it aligns to our FAST data. And I am going to be creating those proficiency scales, and we're going to be charting our personal student and class data. The other goal that I chose was reflecting on learning, and after reviewing concepts, I rather move on and rarely stop for a formal way for students to reflect on what they just learned. So I'd like to incorporate more exit tickets, and because we are an AVID school, I will use the DLIQ, which is what did we do, what did we learn, what are my interests, and do I have any questions about the topic? And that way I can have a better understanding of where I need to make some adjustments, and it also will give students an idea of where they need to study more or ask for more help in those particular areas. The survey results showed that the proficiency for scales and rubrics, the kids were kind of not sure about that, so it definitely is something that I need to get better at. The mean was whether neither agree or disagree and agree, and I really believe that they didn't understand what that meant. So I think that that's where that score came from. And I know that they are aware of the learning objectives, but understanding exactly what the scale is varies across the classroom. As far as reflecting on learning, it appears that they have a strong overall agreement that I do help them engage in reflection of learning. The mean showed that students agree that I talk to them about their learning. And there's a little bit of variation, but most of them reported a positive experience. The last one was providing opportunities to talk about themselves, which they do agree that I encourage students to express themselves, and I try to connect learning to their personal experiences. So they do feel that I care about their interests, but I do need to focus more on talking about future careers. And one way that I'm going to be doing that is to use more interest surveys. And because we are an AVID school week, we're having a college and career week, which is a perfect opportunity to use those interest surveys, discuss their college and career readiness, and have them create a one-pager on what their career interest is or where they would like to go to college. So we're going to be presenting that in the classroom during our morning meeting, and then I will begin asking questions about their personal interest, such as sports or other activities that are done outside of school, and how we can start incorporating that more into lessons. Thank you.